how the human connections come on through. Here is the post parade for the 143rd Kentucky Oaks. Number one's Ever So Clever, a three-time winner in 8 starts. Steve Asmussen looking to become the 8th trainer to win 3 Kentucky Oaks. Jockey Luis Contreras makes his Oaks debut. 2 is Lockdown, another Oaks debut in the saddle, 23-year-old Jose Ortiz. His fillies run 4 races, all at Aqueduct, for the Hall of Fame trainer, Bill Mott. Randy, the 3-horse is Mopetism.
She was second in the Santa Anita Oaks. Owner Paul Redham, trainer Doug O'Neill, jockey Mario Gutierrez have won the Derby twice, but have never won the Oaks.
The 4 is Paradise Woods, the favorite, despite only 3 career starts. 2 of those wins headlined by dusting the field by nearly 12 lengths, winning the Santa Anita Oaks. The 5, Jerry Longshot, Jordan's Henny.
One of 2 gray fillies in the field. Her owner, Irv Woolsey, was the manager of country music superstar George Strait, as well as Leanne Womack and Dierks Bentley.
Number 6 is Vexatious. Hall of Fame connections here. This jockey Kent DeSormo, the trainer Neil Drysdale, for this horse that has only won once in 5 starts, thus the long odds. Number 7, the 5-to-1 choice at the moment, Farrell, won her last 4 races, has won on this track twice before. Family ties here. The jockey Channing Hill rides for his father-in-law, trainer Wayne Catalano. Randy, the 8, Sailor's Valentine.
She comes off a victory in the Ashland Stakes at nearby Keeneland in Lexington, Kentucky, which has produced the winner of the Kentucky Oaks the past 2 years.
Long odds on the 8, same true with the 9, Jerry Wicked Lick.
Only 1 career win and loser of her last 6 races, with 3 of those at the hands of Farrell. Her jockey Brian Hernandez rides McCracken in tomorrow's Kentucky Derby.
The 10 is Miss Sky Warrior, 6-to-1 at the moment after losing her debut. Has won her last 5 races, including the Gazelle in New York, by 13 lengths. The only horse in the field to win at this distance, 1 mile and 1/8. Tequilita is the 11, Randy.
She finished second in the Gulfstream Park Oaks. Could this be a hunch play, perhaps? Tequilita on Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, not bad. You also have Salty and Wicked Lick if you want to go for the Jimmy Buffett trifecta line there. Number 12, Jerry, is Daddy's Little Darling.
She's a fast closing second in the Ashland Stakes behind Sailor's Island, the other great filly. She used the same late kick to win the Pocahontas Stakes right here over a wet track last fall at Churchill Downs.
A couple of single-digit odds here at the back end of the field. 13, Abel Tasman. Currently 9-to-1. No Derby horse for Bob Baffert this year, but a very good filly here. 3 wins in 6 starts. Mike Smith was the jockey last time out, and here today, a distant second in that race to Paradise Woods in the Santa Anita Oaks. And on the outside, it's 14, Salty at 8-to-1, lightly raced. Just 3 races, 2 of those sprints, trained by Mark Cassey, who has the Derby morning line favorite, Classic Empire. That's the field for the 143rd running of the Kentucky Oaks. We mentioned for the 143rd running of the Kentucky Oaks. The crescendo rises here at Churchill Downs, and we go upstairs to Larry Comas.
All right, Mike, and Salty is moving up to the outside stall to complete this field of 14 fillies who are all in line and ready for a start. They're off in the Kentucky Oaks. It was a good start for Jordan's Henny. Paradise Woods on the inside, up and on the pace. Farrell, too. There goes Miss Sky Warrior rushing up on the outside, and she will contest the front with Paradise Woods. So these 2, no surprise here. Paradise Woods and Miss Sky Warrior take them into the turn. Farrell sits 3 lengths off of them. Sailor's Valentine 4th on the outside. Jordan's Henny back running in 5th after a good start. Then Mopetism. Outside of her comes Tequilita. And they're being followed by Lockdown down toward the inside. Vexatious is next, then Ever So Clever. And then Daddy's Little Darling, Salty going up on the outside of Wicked Lick, and Abel Tasman is last of them all. Oh, 22 and 3 that opening quarter mile. Paradise Woods tested early here. Flavien Prat has her 3/4 of a length ahead of Miss Sky Warrior as they continue through a 46 1/2 mile. And Farrell is 3rd right now, and she's 3.5 lengths off the lead, heading to the half-mile pole. Then Jordan's Henny inside of Tequilita. Lockdown and Mopetism are next as they make their way around the far turn where the battle continues. Paradise Woods and Miss Sky Warrior duking it out since the beginning, and they round the far turn stride for stride. They've gone 3/4 of a mile in 1:11 2/5 seconds. It's a 5-length gap back to the rest of the field. Jordan's Henny's on the inside, and then it's Farrell, and Vexatious is circling up on the far outside with Sailor's Valentine, and they're coming to the top of the stretch, and Miss Sky Warrior has put away Paradise Woods, but here they come. Here's Vexatious, here's Abel Tasman, charging up on the far outside, storming to the front, and Lockdown closes through at the rail. Abel Tasman, Lockdown on the inside, Vexatious between runners, and on the far outside, Daddy's Little Darling making a late bid too, but it's Abel Tasman close to home. Abel Tasman has won the Kentucky Oaks, and then it was Daddy's Little Darling. Lockdown was third, and Vexatious was fourth, so that early pace really fell apart late. The closers came, and Abel Tasman's the winner in a final time of 1 minute 51.62 seconds.
Bob Baffert, Tom Bodie. You may keep Bob Baffert out of the Derby, but you can't keep him out of the winner's circle at Churchill Downs on Kentucky Derby weekend. Abel Tasman wins the Kentucky Oaks, a horse that was last as this race got started. An incredible pace set by Paradise Woods and Miss Sky Warrior, but as they faded, Abel Tasman comes from off the pace, second in the Santa Anita Oaks, but the winner of the Longines Kentucky Oaks.
At age 51, Big Money Mike just continues to impress, getting his second Kentucky Oaks win. He won 4 years ago with Princess of Silmar, a long shot. As you said, Mike, he was last early, a lot of mud, went through a lot of goggles, but the speed duel that we predicted could happen did indeed develop, and it set it up for a closer.
You mentioned Big Money Mike, Mike Smith, will be on Gervin tomorrow. The winner of the Oaks in 2013 gets the Oaks here in 2017.
You know, even if you have a speed favoring racetrack, if you have two supremely fast fillies like we saw here with Paradise Woods and Miss Sky Warrior, sometimes the pace just gets too fast for their own good. At the top of the stretch, Paradise Woods checked out. Miss Sky Warrior took the lead briefly, but as Larry Coleman said, here they come. The posse on the outside, Abel Tasman on the inside, Lockdown, far outside, Daddy's Little Darling. They're all coming late. The pace set it up totally for Abel Tasman to win from way back.
Bob Newmeyer picked it.
So Lockdown held on for third, and Vexatious finishing fourth. So Mike Smith wins the Oaks again on Abel Tasman, and Don is down there.
Mike, I was just talking with Mike Smith, and he said that Bob Baffert said, ride her like Arrogate, and then you got left at the gate. Tell me what happened.
Just like Arrogate. Well, you know, she just kind of left there spinning her wheels, the mud, and, you know, it's pretty muddy today. She's real big, got a lot of legs to her. So she was having a little trouble with it, but about halfway down the backside, man, she got it all together, and she made up ground quick. So I knew we were live then, and once we straightened up, it was just a matter of keeping her held together and staying a little busy, and she did it all.
Mike, the first time you rode her was last time out in the Santa Anita Oaks. She was second that day to Paradise Woods. What did you learn about her that day that helped you here today?
You'll notice a little equipment change. Bob decided to put a little bit of a blinker on her. We thought she was losing focus at different periods in the race. The blinkers made a world of difference.
Congratulations. You ride Gervin tomorrow. It's your first time to ride him in a race. What do you expect from him in the Derby?
Just like she did.
All right, congratulations. Good luck tomorrow. Let's go to Eddie Olczyk.
Okay, Donna, thank you very much. Bob Baffert, no Derby entrant tomorrow, but you win the Oaks. How does it feel here with your family, your son Bodie and your wife Jill?
So fine, so exciting. You know, just Jill, Bodie, and I. It was a light trip. All my brothers and sisters, nobody called me for tickets, so that's a bad sign. So, you know, it's just exciting to win Kentucky Oaks, and you know, we'd like to have a horse in the Derby, but I'm so happy for the China Horse Club. They trusted me with this filly, and, you know, Big Money Mike, what can you say? You know, incredible ride, and, you know, we knew she was doing really well coming in this race, and, you know, it was a nice hot pace, so, it just worked out for us.
Yeah, sitting dead last at one point there. What were you thinking halfway through the race, and what did you see from your filly with Mike?
Well, I mean, I was watching the pace. You know, they were going pretty fast, and so, because I had a lot of respect for Paradise Wood, but she was getting a lot of pressure, and so and Mike, at about the 3/8 pole, he started moving. I thought we had a shot there, and but she's such a classy filly. She's a beautiful filly. Been training. She shipped beautifully, and we knew we had a chance, but we knew the odds were stacked against us. The way the track was, the way its speed's been playing.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. So exciting. I want to, like I said, the China Club behind me. All of China's watching this. We're excited.
Congratulations again, Bob. Mike?
China Horse Club, part of the ownership connections here for Abel Tasman, who faced Paradise Woods in her last start out. That was the Santa Anita Oaks, and that time Abel Tasman finished second, but 11 3/4 lengths behind Paradise Woods. And for a while there, it looked like Paradise Woods and Miss Sky Warrior were going to run away from the other dozen fillies. Not so fast in the slop as they hit the top of the stretch. And Abel Tasman under the wire first at 9-1 to win the Kentucky Oaks. The third time in his Hall of Fame career that Bob Baffert has won the Oaks, to go with 4 Derbies. Mike Smith rides another winner on Derby weekend. Bourbon barrels that are filled with the drink of choice for so many in Kentucky and on Derby weekend. And there's Mike Smith with the smile as the winner of the Kentucky Oaks on Abel Tasman. Went off at 9-1 for Bob Baffert. There are some big payouts coming here. Let's look at the math. Abel Tasman pays $20.40 to win, $9.20 to place, $6.40 to show. Daddy's Little Darling, $11 to place, $6.60 to show. And Lockdown, 36-1 up for third, $18.40. Big exacta, bigger trifecta. How about that $1 superfecta? 13, 12, the 2, and the 6 vexatious, $85,000. Paradise Woods, the heavy favorite, finishing 11th in the field of 14. Let's take a look at what happened to Paradise Woods in our twinspires.com race replay, Jerry.
Well, pretty much the pace happened to her. I expected her to go forward into the first turn, but jockey Paco Lopez in the pink on Miss Sky Warrior tied into her halfway down the backside, and the race was on, and they simply went too fast to finish. Now, I thought she would have hung in there just a little bit better than that. I think she threw in the towel pretty much, but it was the pace, the early pace, even the mid pace that got her and set it up for closers like Daddy's Little Darling and the winner, Abel Tasman.
Trainer Richard Mandela so high on Paradise Woods, and how could you not be after that last race? But all he could do when he saw her retreat through the field, Mike, is just shake his head in disappointment.
Disappointment in her 4th race. Abel Tasman getting her 4th win in 7 starts, and another stakes win for Bob Baffert, his 42nd at Churchill Downs, and as mentioned, the 2nd Kentucky Oaks for Mike Smith, Princess of Sylmar, 2013. Smith was on board that day and on board in 2017. Twinspires.com race replay of Abel Tasman, the winning horse here in the 143rd running of the Kentucky Oaks.
She is owned by the China Horse Club, a collection of wealthy businessmen who just transferred her to Bob Baffert less than 2 months ago.
Here is the complete order of finish, Randy, winning by 1.25 lengths. And on back, just look for a couple of the horses we talked about so much in the build-up here. Miss Sky Warrior finishing 8th, Paradise Woods finishing 11th, and Farrell last.
Who would have suspected Paradise Woods would lose by a larger margin in the Kentucky Oaks than she won by in the Santa Anita Oaks?
Pretty good effort by Salty, finishing 5th with that horrible outside post, so look for more to come from her.
Abel Tasman is the winner. And now the celebration. Here's Lafitte Pincott III.
Mike here with Kevin Flannery, the president of Churchill Downs. A very large Kentucky Oaks trophy. Lieutenant Governor of Kentucky, Janine Hampton, to do the presentation to the winners of today's Kentucky Oaks, the China Horse Club, and Mr. Michael Wallace.
Congratulations on your victory in the 143rd running of the Kentucky Oaks.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. What does it mean to win the most celebrated, most prestigious race for 3-year-old fillies in North America?
Well, I tell you, over 1 billion people watching China Horse Club. So, ladies and gentlemen, and the U.S. citizens, we are indeed honored. And we'll tell you that our investment in the United States will continue to improve and increase because of this win today.
In watching the Santa Anita Oaks, when she was defeated by open lengths by Paradise Woods, did you ever lose any confidence in Abel Tasman?
We always believe in the horse, and especially when Bob told us, Bob Baffert, that the filly will come back. And indeed, she did today. Thank you, Bob.
Congratulations on the win. Let's go over to Carolyn Mano.
Lafitte, thank you. Yes, I'm here with Bob. Bob, congratulations. The first thing you said when I saw you was, how about that? How surprised were you about what happened here just now?
Well, you know, I was worried. You know, she'd been training so well coming into here, but the way the track was today and, you know, horses from off the pace weren't really doing that well. So we really felt we were up against it. But, you know, Mike Smith, he rode his own race, and he decided, you know, he's going to save ground. And, you know, it was just another masterful ride by Mike Smith. But she's a great filly. I mean, she has a lot of talent. She's getting better. And I'm just fortunate that I have her.
We know you don't have a horse in the Derby this year, but how would you describe the significance of winning this race?
Well, it's exciting. I mean, Kentucky Oaks is like, it's almost qualifies the Derby. It's such a prestigious race, so much history involved, and a big day like this. Unfortunately, the weather didn't help, but you know, this is a thrilling moment for us, for my wife Jill, Bodie, and I, and I'm happy for the China Horse Club. The horse that they bought into, and they trusted her with me, so I'm just glad that I got to win another Kentucky Oaks.
Congratulations to you. Let's introduce Charles Viau for the watch presentation, if we can, the Vice President of Longines and also the Head of International Sales. Yeah, let's step forward and get the watch presentation going. Charles?
Yes.
And Stephanie Groff has them as well.
Another watch.
Another watch, but you don't mind collecting them. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Mike?
Carolyn, thank you very much. Bob Baffert is going to look forward to going home tomorrow, get back to California in time to watch the Derby on NBC, and watch everyone else stress out. The position that he's usually in, he'll be doing it with a watch and a win in the Kentucky Oaks. Speaking of the Derby tomorrow, let's look at the current odds. We've been showing you the morning line odds. We've had some wagering here at Churchill Downs with this big crowd of over 100,000 today, so the odds have changed a little bit. Classic Empire, the morning line favorite, is not the current favorite. Always Dreaming on top. Do you see this moving around a little bit as we go through tomorrow?
It typically moves a little, but oftentimes it doesn't move as much as people think it's going to move. You made a good point earlier. It's like the early election returns, but sometimes this holds up pretty well.
Always Dreaming, Irish War Crime, McCracken, Classic Empire, and Gunnevera, part of a great story. Those are the shortest odds for the Derby as we look forward to tomorrow. Jerry, what are your thoughts now as we turn to 24 hours from now in the Kentucky Derby, depending on what happens here with the weather between now and then?
Well, that is a big thing. The maintenance crew here at Churchill Downs is one of the best in the country of drying the track out, but from the weather forecast that we got from NBC earlier, it looks like there's a lot more rain to come between noon and 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So I'm going to guess it's going to be pretty close to the way it is, which would favor, I mean, off the past performances, Classic Empire. I'm surprised he dropped in the odds.
One of the things we shouldn't see